Hello everybody! I'm Kim the MadTinkerer, and this is Miskatonic, a game from 2018 by Rapscallion Games. It is described as a dark comedy visual novel set in the post-Lovecraft universe, thus it's hiding all my interests. It also has a great art style and cute-looking characters, so I'm very excited to play this. And there's also no voice acting, so expect my dumb attempts at voice acting, and some inconsistent voices. I don't do this often, so I'm sorry. That said, I have to mention that this game may contain content not appropriate for all ages, or safe for work. It may contain nudity or sexual content, violence, gore, and general mature content. You know, all that good stuff. So with no further ado, let's start this shit. Oh, she's cute. Marie Peanut Butter. Bonjour, we children. My name is Marie Peanut Butter, head of occult science at the Miskatonic University. Ours is the most prestigious institution of French? Dark magic, the occult, and all the strange ghoulies that live in our perpetual vision. I am here today to tell you a story. A story about a little girl that ruined everything. But ruining everything gives you the opportunities to make everything better. Oui, oui. What's that? You ask why I have a giant hand sticking out of my head? Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Well, that's because I'm French. It is a thing we have. So no funny business. You will learn about the strange things people are afflicted with throughout the story. After this, you'll think my head is cute and adorable, as you should. She is adorable, though. But first, let me describe you to the state of the world, prior to the witch girl that ruined everything. Do not fret, you probably know this already. So, you are aware of the giant aliens that we call gods, and the cultists that worship them? No? Then let me tell you. Some worship Cthulhu, the giant man-octopus dragon thing. His cults teach eternal patience, waiting for Cthulhu to come back to them so he can destroy the world. Rude. Some worship Yog-Sothoth. I've always had problems with one. Yog-Sothoth. Yog-Sothoth, whatever. The outer-dimensional god of knowledge. These smudgy brains tried to build portals to let him come here, but that would destroy the world too. Not so smart. I'm turning into that dove from American Tail. Most humans, like our witch girl, worships Shub-Niggurath, known as the All-Mother. Even cultists from other gods will pray to Shub-Niggurath at the end of their spells and rituals. That is because Shub-Niggurath is the goddess of humanity. Her cults preach love and compassion upon everyone. Very lovely, But, like our witch girl, some can be blinded by the desire for harmony. There are those that would take advantage of the naive notion that all humans are loving and good. Not so lovely. Okay, so you know the gods now, So let's talk a small bit about the humans of the world. Some countries have been more affected by others by the strange happenings of the universe. For example, in Canada, Yetis. What? Thousands of them. But the Canadians are already prepared. Yeti invasions are considered a national pastime. Bring the family, we'll shoot some Yetis. That sounds very fitting. Hello. This is what we French call an English person. No. Note the sharp teeth, blue blush, and a big ugly face. A couple decades ago, it was discovered that a huge percentage of the English nobility were actually cannibals, breeding humans in underground caves like livestock. Everyone in England went crazy when it was found out, so now they're all cannibals too. So they found out and just, you know what? Eating people's alright! Apparently the Scottish found it hilarious. They would. This one is also my boyfriend, so no touching with his ugly face, I can see that. Whoa! These little fellers are called Australians. Really? When the Shoggoths left Antarctica, they came across a big island filled with lovely, delicious humans. But these humans didn't want to be devoured, and even half dissolved in the Shoggoths' bellies. The humans would punch and kick and smash bottles inside them, making the Shoggoths very uncomfortable. So instead of trying to eat them, the Shoggoths formed this cute little symbiotic relationship with the Australians, granting them immortality in exchange for less punching. So the little Shanes and Sheilas can happily booze and barbecue away for all eternity. So are they still inside the bellies, or... Really cool design though. This is what we call an American. Notice the silly haircut, that gigantic bum, specifically. This is the American that our story revolves around. The little witch girl that ruined everything. How can we tell she's a witch? Why, there are many clues. Example, the pasty skin, a symptom of spending her days asleep and at nights dancing naked in the rain with a coven to conjure strange hexes. Also the little back choker thing. It's the closest thing to a uniform they get. Also, she doesn't wash. Charlotte LeStrange. Okay, she's gonna have a normal voice. Are you gonna make me look like a dumbass in the story? Because it was like only like 20% my fault. Our story begins with a smelly dumbass being briefed on the university's secret protocols after just being hired as a security guard for the occult science building. But on her first assignment, she discovers that all is not what it seems at the prestigious school. Thanks, nutsack. Bob. Oh, that. Now, listen. No, that can't be that. Now, LeStrange, you do understand that as a security agent, your oversight assignments are to be kept in the strictest confidence, even from other members of the faculty, and especially the students. You also understand that as a security agent, you will be in very real danger, both from physical harm and mental corruption. You understand that your body is subject to mutation at any point during your employment and residence in Arkham. Rad. And finally, you understand that as a University of Occult Science, you are obliged to assist us with research regarding your supposed magic eyes, and failure to comply will result in your immediate dismissal. Sure. Well then, Miss LeStrange. Whoa! Welcome to Miskatonic University. Okay, how the hell are you gonna give that thing a voice? Awesome. Hello. Johnny Legrise. You must be the new security guard, Charlotte, right? Yep, that's me. Great, I'm Johnny, head of internal security. I'll be giving you a tour of the building you'll be patrolling, then show you to your quarters. Ready to go? Sure. Well, you'll be working here in the occult science building. You're a witch, right? Have you dabbled in any occult science? Well, I'm pretty good at occult stuff, though mostly I use it for errands and favors for folks. Plus 3 hexes, curses, blights, just to give that witchy appearance. Blood into jam, bones into sponge cake, cat in the bush. Phallus into tiny screaming vestigial Phallus into tiny screaming vestigial face. Normal stuff. Well, we do things a little different here this way. Whoa! Awesome! This is the Eternium, where students can perform experiments on a Necronomicon. The creature acts as a shield to the outside world, keeping any experience sterile and quarantining any unexpected summonings. Hi!
Hello!
We didn't know we could do that. Did you try talking to him? You are gonna provide some much needed common sense around here, Charlotte. I really hope he's... What is he? British? No, it can't be British. This building also houses the Corporeum, a surgical theater where our students can perform vivisections and autopsies on otherworldly creatures. Speaking of which, this is Eddie, one of our monster hunters. Thanks to him, our Corporeum professors have been able to gather more information on living horrors than any other time in university history. Oh, the richest guy. The trick is figuring out where the face is, and then commenced repeating punching. Who's the new girl? This is Charlotte LeStrange, a witch from the Cook Coven. She'll be working security on this building. Hi. Looking after those rascals, eh? Well, give me a clip around the back of the head if you see me clacking off. I'll be right back to work, eh? Big stuff. I've been known to whip some ass with my big muscles. Here you go, round the chop. You want to see what me and the lads rang up the other day? You witches like nightmares, right? Not sure if I'm turning into Australian or not. Sure, well, the fun ones anyway. Like when your teeth fall out and you smooth them down with sandpaper to make a lovely necklace. Or when you're running down a corridor in slow motion with a bunch of hands coming out of the carpet and grabbing your ankles. And you finally ask them what they want, and it turns out your shoes were untied. They were just super concerned for your safety. Or when you're at school and you stand up in the class, you forgot your pants and you're embarrassed, but everyone compliments your butt. Well, you're a bloody weird one, Charlotte. So fit on right here. Don't persist to catch window, yeah? She won't leave you alone. You tell stories like that. Ah, and here's our curator for Coprier, Miss Marie Peanut Butter. She used to be a void shaman from Paris before coming to work with us. As fun as satisfying the void is, my true passion lies in discovering how things work. At least one day I did. Groovy. What's a short void shaman? You know those dark thoughts you have sometimes for seemingly no reason? The ones that tell you to jump at the edge of a cliff, or rob a bank when cashing a paycheck, or dropkick a grandma through the stained glass church window at a funeral. I'd had that. Oh yeah, I get those all the time! Well, those are not your thoughts. Gee. A few hundred years ago, the French aristocracy, way of life was so decadent and whim-filled, their unbridled sauciness only went in some of the bloody hedonism god. Damn thing lives under the Paris catacombs, communicates telepathically with people all over the world, urging them to give in to their darkest whims. The French get the worst, of course, as these are shamans, take on them themselves to do the dark deeds, so the rest of our friends don't have to. Must be a raw giggle. My last act was a shaman before coming here. I took my clothes off, carved myself a lemon cake and green food coloring, and terraced the local village as a delicious swamp monster. That is some intrusive thoughts, dude. I quite enjoyed that one. Shall we press on with the tour? Sure, bye you guys! I'm so cute. So, not to be rude, but judging by the bandaged up arms and this sick eye scar and the terrorized laser hair, I'm getting the impression that security work here is, you know, a little dangerous. Oh no, not for you at least. The occult science building is probably the safest on campus. Cause if something went wrong with the building, we'd all be dead to notice. Pfft, don't listen to her. She's just a little jealous that the new girl gets the cushy gig while she's stuck in the math department. What happens in that department? What doesn't happen in the math department? There is nothing so cold, so unforgiving, so dark as the mathematicians. The universe is naught but an equation. They shriek behind their burnt hair and sludge-tainted cardigans. One that can be solved. But how do you solve the equation of a dozen screaming children being ingested by a black, swirling chasm of teeth and clawing hands open at the far end of the classroom by one of their damnable equations? Damn you, young Henry. Carry that down too. So let's carry on with the tour. Next up, it's a library. Awesome! Nobody's gonna comment that, huh? Each building hosts a small library dedicated to researching and documenting the subject that the building's students are studying. Here in the Occult Science building, we can keep an original copy of the Necronomicon, as well as translated copies for our foreign exchange students. That is a nice library. That's a lot of knowledge. Oh, whoa. Ah, and here's a librarian, Charlotte. Meet Miss Elegy Sakharin. What? Hi, I love your mask! I didn't know you guys had a shoggoth here, a tame one too! Oh, Emily's not a shoggoth. She just had a small accident with the Necronomicon a while ago. Ended up like this. But our occult scientists learned an awful lot what happens when these tomes of black knowledge when you spill your soy no-whip caramel macchiato 2-shot hazelnut on them. Huh, sure looks like a shot. Purple, gooey, moderately adorable with a hint of terrifying. Well, that's a Necronomicon for you. It's Philly. It's funny. Spilling a non-fat frappuccino with extra whipped cream and chocolate sauce just turned into a puddle of loose bones and blood. Still hasn't stopped Emily from performing her duties, though, Emily. I have a feeling she's saying fuck you, too. Shall we press on? Okay, nice to meet you, Emily. Charlotte, this is Lizzie of Dunwich, our Yog-Sothoth consultant. She's taught us quite a lot about the other dimensions during her time here. Lizzie, Charlotte's the new security witch. Oh my god, you're adorable. Look at the oh my god, oh, you're cute. Are you sort of... I need a voice for her.
Are you the sort of witch that doesn't make it in the rain? Or the sort of witch that got the lucky charms and the big hats?
The ring kind.
You and me are gonna get along.
So, like, how come I can't... What are you?
I'm Liz. What are you?
I mean, why do you look like a shadow? Like part of my eyeball stopped working.
It's because humans can't see because they are afraid of me and my sister's appearances. Everything else can see me. That's why doggies call ducktails whenever I go near them.
Lizzie, an example of mental phenomenon found only in humans, known as cerebral voiding. It's tricked by the brain to preserve the sanity of the carrier. When a human comes across sights too horrible to comprehend, their brain refuses to render it, instead of showing a black silhouette in place of the sight itself. Essentially, instead of Lizzie's insanity-inducing true form, your brain is protecting you by showing a shadow instead. But I saw that interview, no problem. The guy whose face was just teeth and gums. And the girl with a hand sticking out of her head. And Emily, the librarian. Yep. Lizzie and her Dunwichian sisters are a league of their own when it comes to horrific appearances. We sent a lot of students to asylum trying to figure her out. She's so cute. That is awesome.
Yes.
Here's our head of catering, Mrs. Roth. She can cook anything with 3 or more legs. Yum, hi. Whoa.
Oh, look at your witches, all skin and bones. You just let me when your gremlins know that it fills your tum and I'll rip it right up.
Not sure if she's British, but that's the voice I've gotten her. Okay. Nutty Annie. What's the humanitarian dish for today?
Day from accounting, my dearest.
Oh, she's a... Oh.
Oh, pork sandwiches, lucky lum lum.
We employ a small staff of cannibals from England. Eddie in the corporium, and Annie being 2 of them. They only eat fresh, accidental death, with the family's consent. Usually. Oh, I get it, humanitarian. It's funny.
Well, once you're done with the Johnny's little tour, let me know and I'll make you breakfast. You're making the breakfast? Let me have the ass portion. I'll make steak and kidneys pie, big old rich rump.
You ain't eating no rump steak, Annie. Your little whore's got poor old Dave.
Oh, come on. At least we have a little of your gold feet, eh? Nice and lean, covered in flavour. Entirely useless. Look at them, all the way down there.
When I'm done with them?
Great! Let me have a little appetizer then. A little lick between toesies. Pre-bunch, chocolate, right?
Don't encourage her, dear. She'll be crawling all over me until your feet fell off. My bad. Speaking of cannibals. Oh, she looks cool. Mindy in the morning.
Good morning, Miss Antopic. This is your favourite morning announcer, Mindy in the morning, bringing you all the Miskatonic mornings and announcements as and when I see fit. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, so let's get started. Those of you students that have volunteered for the submerged necromantic mutation testing, that was unfortunately being called off by Professor Baxter on the grounds that the school's swimming pool is now alive. Lunch today will be turgid and depressing. And would the owner of a white child please report to the reception office? It's currently being towed.
What was that? That's Mindy, the morning announcer. Does she do that a lot? Perpetually. You seem pretty comfortable with this stuff, Charlotte. Oh, I grew up in Maine. Not as many mutated folks, but make up for it with all the goofy supernatural happenings. Whoa! I have no idea what to give this guy. Hey Johnny, there's been looking for you. Tiny hand. Thanks, Chasm. Come on, Charlotte. I'm gonna make a quick stop off. What happened to her? Oh, that's Chasm, one of our portal diver teams. They usually work out of Dunwich, coming back to write reports for their expeditions. When they come back, of course. So let me take a quick stop and I'll show you to your room.
Ah, Johnny, who's the strange girl? The crumbler, the ruiner.
Wow, look at this guy! Like you cold melts into the floor. Yep, this is her. Charlotte, this is Dr. Thirst Valentine, the head of occult science, the discoverer of residual evil. His work taught the universe about the lingering nature of documented malicious entities. Essentially, he figured out why seemingly innocuous writings can summon horrific creatures or cast terrible curses.
It's why the books bleed.
That's cool. Hey, that's cool. I had a book that kept growing teeth and screaming and whatnot. It was my diary, though.
Excellent! I shall inform my colleagues of your arrival. We will merrily indulge in the popped corn.
Ta-ta! I like him. You know, you come highly recommended, Charlotte. Oh yeah, by who? Charlotte! Whoa! I can't believe you finally found my tiny baby monster. Roman, what are you doing here? Got me some gainful employment teaching kid about old school dark magic. None of this cult science in my class. What are you teaching? Oh, you know, I'm in security, keeping folks safe, wandering the halls, swinging a comically large keychain, bopping folks on the head with a flashlight, top secret mission, stuff like that. Pretty on point hiring selection, if you ask me. Yeah, safety. That's a key word when I can think of Charlotte LeStrange and the magic eyeballs. Hey, those cats turn inside out on your own. I sneezed. Hush your gums. Well, speaking of cosmic abomination, I gotta teach some bunch of 18-year-olds how to turn blood into peanut butter by dancing in the rain. You're gonna love it here, Charlotte. The Miskatonic just one big like-minded community, all working towards making the world a better place, just like a coven. Come find when they got some time off. There was nothing cosmic about them, Raman. They were just cats with their bones on the outside. They got better. So you two are in one kind of cult? Sorta. We're witch cultists from Ship Niggurath. Essentially, we believe that since the universe is filled with crazy, awful bullshit, that humans should be nice and loving to each other. Some of us, like the cult of Black Sun, have these awesome bake sales for our neighborhoods, or if others, like the cult of Loveliness, hunt and slaughter encroaching munches to protect their hometowns. We're sort of like goth Girl Scouts. What about you witches? We take all our clothes off and dance in the rain, typical witchy stuff. Then we use battle magic to do nice things for the townsfolk. Body snatching breech birth babies to make them crawl out of their moms. Summoning fixer pixies when a guy's leg falls off. Using transmutation circles towards portals when the trash collectors wants a week off. Stuff like that. Wait a minute. The cult of the Black Sun bake sales? And the cult of Loveliness are monster hunters? What? Does the cult of Kill, Murder, Death plant gardens or something? Oh, you mean the cult of Fetid Retribution? No, those guys deliver meals onto old ladies. And what was that about magic eyes? Oh, don't worry about that. I just do this. I can't do that long. Okay. And sometimes weird stuff happens in people's minds. Usually they forget something or get an eye twitch. As long as they don't use little animals, it's pretty harmless. Okay. So let's keep moving. This is your room. A little tight, but the lunch ladies bring us security guys breakfast over there. I'll get you settled. Then you can explore your patrol route until Bob gives you your first assignment. It's perfect! Thanks, Johnny. Okay, I better go familiarize myself with my patrol route.